So mobile, like this whole mobile first, mobile versus social versus web, at the end of the day, it's all storytelling. So mobile storytelling is slightly different than web storytelling, which is slightly different than social media telling. And it's usually, look at how if you have an iPad or a smartphone, look at how you use it, and then tell stories for those people, right? So on mobile devices, particularly iPhones, iPads, that kind of thing, people read in quick bursts. So you read while you're in line at Starbucks, you read as much as you can while you're on the train. So you only have a few minutes to catch their attention. So use that quickly. So get to the point, tell the story fast, update it often, tell the story the way you would want to read it on your smartphone. You don't want to have a whole bunch of links, a bunch of jargon in there. You just want to get to the meat of the stories quickly.
What about images?
A lot of people love images, particularly on iPads, like on tablets. I love flicking through images. It's nice and big. It's kind of like your own personal little slideshow. On mobile, it is, people tend to look at images sometimes, not a ton, but they do work well. Like Instagram works really well, right? So think about the way you use Instagram. You want like cool shots of things. Slideshows do better on tablets than they do on smartphones. And then the quality of image has to be super high. Like you don't want anything that's blurry or anything. So when you take a photo with your phone, you've got to make sure that you're keeping it as high res as possible, as clear as possible.
Do you tell stories differently in terms of the elements that you combine on a phone versus a tablet, for example?
Yeah, so I think of stories as like this moldable jigsaw puzzle. So everything is a piece. So there's the facts, there's the context, there's what else is a piece? The descriptions, there's the line you really don't want to get rid of as a reporter because you wrote it and it's beautiful. So all of those are pieces that you just move around in different ways for different places. So on social media, it's just facts in as much as you can fit in 140 characters that is useful. Right? So on mobile, it's facts first and then other stuff later. On a tablet, you can actually tell a story because people love scrolling. You can go longer. Right? So on the web, you can go super long if you want to. And people want something that's really good to look at, that's got a lot going on for it, that's surrounded by stuff. So just take all of those pieces. I think now with all these platforms, you can use more of your reporting than ever. So you used to throw away all this stuff when I was a young reporter. Like a notebook full of junk, and you'd have to throw away half of it to fit into the 8 inches in the paper. And now that's not so much the case. You can take all of that and you can use it for different places.
And in terms of, you talk about people flipping.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that one of the things to bear in mind as you're creating for both mobile, tablet, and phone is that it needs to be tactile.
Yeah, people like the skeuomorphic thing about the way Apple has designed stuff has really changed the way we use the world. A long time ago, it used to be 3 scrolls on a web page and you're done. You can't write any longer than that. No one wants to go past 3 scrolls. But now it's a lot different. You want things to grow and change and explore as you scroll down them. Like Snowfall is a really good example of that from the New York Times. Like as you go down it, the story grows and changes as you keep scrolling. It makes you want to keep scrolling. That's kind of the benefit of a lot of these things. Like you want something to toy with. But even one of the apps I read the most often is long form on my iPad, and that's straight text. But there's the thing, it's beautiful. It's got a really good typography, and it's got a really good font. It's nice on a white, not quite white, but almost white screen with black text. So it's beautiful to read. Beauty matters a lot more than I think it ever did in newspapers.